much indeed, really appreciate it. Match day in Chapel Hill, and football of the other kind today bestows itself upon a venue drenched in sporting heritage, under the watchful eye of the Moorhead Patterson Bell, with the start of the domestic campaign drawing near, a chance to tune up for an evening where thousands gather to tune in and watch their heroes as the elite of English football arrive and go toe-to-toe with the champions of Scotland. No doubt about it, Jamie Watson, this lineup littered with youth, but there is elements of experience and a big night for Jack Grealish and Erling Haaland.
With Jack Grealish's omission from the European Championship
Celtic's
squad.
pre-season continued with a 4-0 victory over DC United several days ago. 5 changes from that team. It's a Celtic debut for Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Both Ralston and Taylor come into the backline. McGregor into midfield. Months of waiting and anticipation. Away we go as the FC Series Tour gets underway with 2 former European champions, 2 current continental giants going overs away from the ball here, and Manchester City get themselves into 3rd gear. Here's Jack Grealish towards the Kasper goals. The effort towards a goal is thrust wide. First real signs of life in front of goal from Nico.
Initially he drops all the way back to just in front of the centre backs, but it's the continued movement that pushes him on, and it's that last second effort as Nico Riley sells the initial shot. That is inches wide.
This is now Maeda manoeuvring forwards. The Japanese international, enticing ball across goal, wide of the intended target from Kyogo Furuhashi.
About what he wants to do, so it's confident, and at the moment Rico Lewis is just waiting to see where Maeda is going to go. It's that little drop of the shoulder to create half the space, and Kyogo, because he
mentioned in the studio, they won 6-4 against Queen's Park, and now they have some defending to do up against Jack Grealish. It's a rather rash challenge on the near side. Referee sees nothing wrong with it. And Grealish with a slap of the wrist, showing an element of frustration in the early stages.
Just waiting for that moment. Comes across strong, puts himself right into the mix with Grealish. Tactically, these are one of the things that separates Pep Guardiola. What a ball over the top.
And Manchester City find a way through. For the one for trying. Kasper Schmeichel able to gather.
A need for City in that position.
Can they defend this foray forward here for Celtic? Fabulous finish! Inside 13 minutes, Celtic snatch the lead through Nicholas Kuhn, the German.
The check to the shoulder from O'Reilly, and it's within the secondary touch. Now Kuhn is going to run right across the face of Wilson Esperand, and as soon as that happens, that's when Wilson Esperand has to slow up, and then Kuhn can take that extra touch, that extra half second to slow himself down, compose himself, place it to the far post. Nothing Ortega can do about it from this position. That is composure at its finest. Wonderfully well-crafted team goal. It all starts with that passing to break open Manchester City in the middle of the park.
Maeda latches onto the ball, and here comes Celtic looking for goal number 2. Maeda across goal. Change that was necessary came, and behind for a corner. Callum McGregor started all 3 games for Scotland in the European Championships as Celtic look to find a way through. Furuhashi towards goal. Easily gathered by Stefan Ortega. Maybe he'll be tested here as City look to find a way through. Behind for a corner. Getting at the heart of it again in recent years, and Manchester City now break forward. It's Haaland! First real save for Schmeichel as the follow-up is skied over the bar.
You see the up, back, and through nature. Now it's Haaland, and it's the understanding, the timeliness to be able to slip it through. Because that's going away, and because it's on the less preferred right foot for Haaland, he's got to take that step beyond to try to cut it back, and Schmeichel stays as...
Another moment of quality here as Phillips fires high into the sky.
Getting even further in this passage of play from City, being able to push forward. This is where we want to see Jack Grealish be more creative.
Up with the shoulder. Grealish, the effort towards goal is easily gathered by Kasper Schmeichel.
He's wanting to set this up to get the effort towards goal, but it closes down, and when he draws over the 3rd defender, that's when he's able to...
And Manchester City test him again. The effort towards goal is straight down the throat of the Great Dane. What a debut he's having for his new football club.
More sustained attacks.
Here they come again. Haaland and Oscar Bob. It's another save from Kasper Schmeichel, who is oh so unfortunate. Manchester City find a way. Breakthrough in the same shade of blue at the University of North Carolina. And finally, Kasper Schmeichel is beaten.
The sustained pressure from Manchester City is the reason they win it higher up the field. And Haaland understands the pressure that he's feeling and knows that Oscar Bob is beyond him. So now Bob takes that extra second, leans himself forward. It's not a particularly great strike, but because it's so close to the body of Schmeichel, he actually extends beyond it. And with his attempt to come back in, he's able to get on the ball as well, like he did on the half turn for the goal.
Well, he finds something here. Celtic came a very, very long way. He's confidently able to rid the danger.
No real surprise, as soon as Matt O'Reilly can get on the ball, Tino will in all competitions.
Perhaps Celtic can find another way through here. The effort towards goal from Kevin again! But in the midst of pre-season, Celtic look as sharp as ever in front of goal and slice through the chip.
Just like the first goal, as soon as Celtic are able to get on the ball in the half turn in the middle of the park, that's where they've been able to slice open City. Wilson Esperan takes too fast of an approach to try to close down Kuhn. And Kuhn is always waiting to chop him back. He just gets the 21-year-old to bite. And then he composes himself, eyes it up. Ortega's at the mercy of Nicholas Kuhn, who is ruthless for the second time tonight. That's a fantastic...
Looking for another one here. Into Niklas Kuhn again. Kuhn twisting, turning. The effort towards goal. Goes wide of the left-hand top.
Is full of confidence, as he should be on 2 goals. He's got Wilson Esperan just waiting and reactionary. And that's the worst thing for a defender to do.
Manchester United 59 days ago, and now Manchester City changed gears, albeit momentarily. 2 Japan internationals combining. The effort towards goal. Very scrambling Ortega.
It's the exact opposite of what City are doing with Oscar Bob and Jack Grealish, and it's the difference of why Celtic actually looked the dangerous side in the final third.
Scorers in the English Premier League. The top goal scorers across Europe. Here's Haaland. Just unable to get the half a yard he needed.
That recovery from Ralston does just enough to just get on his left foot and put his foot through it. Oh, what a ball.
Angle ball forward. It's Burahashi. It's 3. The boys are bouncing in North Carolina.
He starts 10 yards in his own half, does Furiashi, and then he just takes off, and it's Kuhn with a world-class ball the outside of his left foot, gets the pacing just right. There's still so much to do for Furuhashi, but he's just patient. It's that extra touch, that extra roll when Ortega reaches to just bait the goalkeeper in, let him go to ground.
And with that goes the half-time whistle. What has been a thoroughly convincing opening 45 minutes for Celtic. Nicholas Kuhn playing the role of senior pest for the champions of Scotland here today with 2 goals. Oscar Bob offers us what we have in the second half as the FC Series Tour continues here on day 1 from the Keenan Memorial Stadium. Callum Williams alongside former MLS midfielder Jamie Watson, your commentary team for us in the second half. Twisting and turning and looking for half a yard, plays the ball in, goal! Now then, Manchester City find their way through. It's Massimo Perrone off the bench and onto the score sheet.
What we didn't see in the first half from Oscar Bob was the dynamic ability to run forward. Instantly out of the halftime interval, he drives at the defenders and it draws the pair over, so the substitute Perrone is wide open, and it's this little look out of the corner of the eye from Oscar Bob when he gets to the end line to just understand to just clip it through, right through the pair. Comes off the ground, so if there's a trailing leg, they can't get to it, and Perrone's touch opens his body. It's a wonderful first touch. It's a guided effort to the back post with enough precision.
Towards the cusp. Riley involved as well. Here's Haaland, Grealish, and towards goal and saved. Salah on top of things for Celtic, but here come Manchester City again. Sissoko craving half a yard. We'll find Grealish for support. Little ball played in and nudged away by the head of Taylor this time.
Now Celtic are way too deep defensively. City haven't pinned in. This little touch from Haaland is so sweet. Just trying to put it into the path of Grealish. Gives him the option.
Here comes Celtic through Johnston. In the angle and space he needed. Ederson able to make the save.
This is good reading of the game from Ederson to understand getting across the face of the near post run.
And here is Grealish. Twisting, turning. And behind for a corner.
10 minutes of the second half, we've seen more involvement in the final third from Jack Grealish than we did practically in the entire for Celtic.
Grealish, the twinkle-toed menace. As Manchester City win over the ball in. Haaland back across goal from whence it came and nudged away. Sissoko and Grealish with the ball across. Nudged away to safety for the time being. As Manchester City look for goal number 3. Bob in towards Haaland! Erling Haaland continues exactly where he left off, and Manchester City are level.
Continuing to apply pressure, not allowing Celtic any sort of reprieve, and it's the patience on the ball from Oscar Bob. Haaland wins the physical battle first to establish position, and then the timing of the leap is the difference maker. He's attacking it, the defender scales his backtracking, and then from there Haaland rises above, snaps the header down, back where it came from, nothing Sinisalo can do about it. And the big man with a big leap and a big-time goal to level City.
Here he is again. Trying to manoeuvre through Haaland! Starting to purr, Jamie.
As it gets through, it's too wide, it's too far back, and that's why it runs on.
The run was found. And here comes Celtic again. It's the home going. Carlo with the goal. And Celtic retake the
of the run in behind sets this all up for Celtic. It could have been Palma, could have been the other option, but instead Owada plays it across with the perfect amount of pace. Palma's got on the wrong side. It is lackluster defending, to say the least, from the back four for City. Palma won't mind the Honduran.
Pushed over to the far side as Manchester City look to find a way through, and now then the referee has a look at it. They'll do a free kick the other way because the linesman has raised the flag on the near side.
It's going to get the whistle. It was a little bit of a tug, and then Anderson gets the wrong side. A handball to start it off, so that's the complaint that Knight will have, and I haven't looked at that replay. There were two different options.
Celtic look for goal number 5 with 15 minutes remaining. Lovely build-up play. Ross and ball across.
First match and some of the first training sessions for City all season. They look as though they've been on the training once or twice.
The card here today.
That is silk from Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob.
Here's Bob. And Manchester City look for an equalising goal.
He decides to take this space. There's an overcorrection defensively from the left back Anderson, so that leaves Knight.
Now Manchester City with defence on their mindsets. Palmer charged down, but Celtic continue to press. Anderson and Celtic now looking for another goal. Comes towards the cusp. Now then, the referee Ted Uncle says no.
a collision. There's just enough contact on the ball for my money. I think that's just fine. That's properly defended by Katongo in the end.
Here comes Celtic again through Palmer. Bullies pile forwards. Lovely ball across goal, and in truth it deserved a better finish.
Freezes Ederson to the spot. Well, the trailing centre back's momentum is taking him to goal, so Mikey Johnson needs...
It's been a good workout for Manchester City in the first day of pre-season, but victory confirmed for Celtic by 4 goals to 3. What a thrill we've witnessed here, Jamie Watson.
Tremendous performance from Celtic. I thought they were very sharp going forward. City looked as though it was their first match, disjointed. They'll need to correct that along this tour.
So no doubt Brendan Rodgers will be delighted as his Celtic side move closer to the season. Chelsea up next for them.